Hey everyone, so I decided to put together this video, and in this video that I'm putting together on YouTube, I wanted to quickly go over how I actually build this client attracting machine for six-figure online coaches, consultants, and even service providers. So, how does my process actually works? And yeah, I'll just go straight jump into it. So I got some notes that I'm just gonna quickly cover. So personally, I started as a content agency owner. So meaning I I was a content creator and I decided to offer this as a service, as a retainer. So I wanted to quickly go over what clients can actually expect in terms of like the deliverables and the dream outcome, and how you can actually do this if you are perhaps an online coach, consultant, or an agency owner, and you're looking to basically like do your own content creation. Because when people come into my ecosystem for my done for you services, our ideal client are usually ones that are making six figures. However, I do understand that people, you know they might be making just 5K to 20K per month in monthly recurring revenue. So if you're at that stage and you're looking to essentially like do this on your own, but you need some help and support, so this video is for you. So keep watching, and I'm just gonna break it all down. So in terms of the clients that we usually work with, they're usually making 20K, 30K per month in MRR, so monthly recurring revenue, and they have the budget to allocate for someone to do it for them, right? So it's more like a done for you service, right? So how we help them is we have 3 or 4 different phases. We have actually 4 phases if you put it this way. So I'll explain. So the first phase is actually pre-planning. So we will pre-plan all your content. The second phase, it's shooting. So a lot of my clients are in-person shooting in Adelaide. So that's where I operate my business, my agency specifically, and we shoot all your content in a matter of day. So let's say we pre-plan all your content, meaning content topics, the scripting for your short form or long form or hybrid model, where it's like short form and long form for online coaches. And then we film everything for that 1 month worth of content in a single day. It might take anywhere from a couple of hours to half a day or even full day, right? Depending on the volume and the project. In terms of the price point, we do have 2 to 5K per month. That's our retainers. And once we actually shoot, what we do the post production. We have an editing team that edits all this short form and long form. I usually do most of the long form myself, and we need for long form specifically. If you're posting on YouTube, what we usually do is like we have to design like a thumbnail. So because thumbnail 60% of the time like has to go on the thumbnail. So the long form, it can be just like raw and authentic type of conversation that person having in front of the camera, but the thumbnail is super important. So we spend more time designing and crafting the thumbnail, the title of the YouTube, and the description than anything else. And also for the video itself, hook is the most important thing for the short form and also the long form, because we want to, even for the long form, we want to have a good hook that hooks people in, that they want to continue seeing the video till the end. So that is very, very important as well. So the last phase is like distribution, which is organic distribution. We assist with posting for a client. So this is scheduling. So you have content, 1 month worth of content distributed organically. Now, how you can actually apply this system if you're a coach, consultant, service provider, and you prefer to do this yourself, but you know it's getting overwhelming. You may need someone to edit it for you. You may need someone to show you how all this process actually work, and how you can actually not only get content but be able to get leads, get more book calls, which is very important, right? If you're running your own business. So here's what you could do. Okay, you want to understand that two of the phases are very, very important and crucial. And I would say the main one is the content strategy and the planning stage, because that is very, very important. That's where the magic happens, because you want to be creating content that is tailored for your attracting your ideal client profile. And believe me, I get it. People say, the top of funnel, you want to bring in as much broad as humanly possible. That's 100% true. But you still need to have smart type of content that when people actually watch it, they be like, oh, this is actually me. I feel heard. I feel understood. This is the pain I'm going through, and I need to solve this problem now rather than later. So your video needs to create awareness that this problem exists and how bad is that problem, and you amplify it through content. So that people think, oh, I got this pain point or problem and I need to solve it. Who do I reach out to? John, who's been posting content on how I can invest into property as an example, right? So they build trust, they're more likely to work with you. And this is where you get inbound, right? I'm not saying that you should stop doing outbound. I'm not saying that you should stop running ads. But if you don't really have good content to build trust, to attract leads, to grow your audience, and to also, nurture those existing audience, then you're shooting yourself in the foot. Because if you have a good content, 20 to 30 solid content on your Instagram, on your social, that people see, they see the case studies, they see your offer, they see educational type of content. I wouldn't frame more like educational, but I would say those educational content is the awareness type of content. It is what make people feel like, I'm aware now, I have this problem and I need to solve this problem now, because the cost of inaction leads to consequences. So you can see where it is going. So I would say content strategy is very, very important, and you need someone to help you with that, especially if you are someone new, right? So the other thing is the production. You can shoot this with an iPhone. You can shoot this with an iPad. I'm shooting with an iPad. And it's not even an Apple iPad. You can shoot this with professional camera. The most important thing, lighting, sound, the visuals, right? And that's it. And I'm not even recording this to the mic. It's just like the inbuilt mic. So I would say the main thing is the content strategy. And then you make sure the visuals look decent so for people to actually consume, right? The next step is editing. If you are editing it yourself, it's like, you are a high-paying coach or consultant. Even though you might be at 5K to 20K, you are doing a $10 an hour job, right? Which you shouldn't be doing. You should be outsourcing it to an editor, specifically for short. For long form, you can do it yourself. Even for draft and the basic editing, I do it myself, right? I do my clients edit as well at times, but when I'm like overloaded with some work, I delegate, okay? And you should too. So, and the last phase is basically distribution. So set out a time to distribute this content and actually track the performance. How many views are you getting? How many people are opting in or becoming a lead? And where they're coming from? What did you do for people to actually opt in? Just reflect, right? See the stats, see the numbers. What needs to be improved? On and on and on. So this is how you can build this content attracting machine in your business that works for you and not against you. So for that reason, I actually put together a free community, because I know a lot of creators at first, they think like, oh, how do I actually speak with confidence? How do I build authority if I don't have any followers? Or, I'm already an expert, but people don't know me. I have put together a free community. I'll link down below. It's a course and a small community. So you can join in, you can watch the videos, and apply the exercises that I outline in these videos, that how you can overcome the fear of speaking in front of camera, how to speak with authority and confident, so you can record these videos. And if you do need my help further, I have been working on putting together my one-on-one mentorship program, which I'm excited to help people with. So if this is something that you need my one-on-one help with, you can shoot me a DM as well on Instagram. So you can just DM me the word Accelerator. I'll just put down on the description of this video so you can go check it out. And yeah, and then go from there. But most importantly, once you understand all these different phases, what area that you should be focusing on, what areas you can get help, whether it's someone like me coming to consult you, or whether it's an editor to take off all those time consuming tasks, it will make things easier. And last thing I want to leave you with is batch your content. So that's what I recommend. That's how I do it myself. That's how I recommend people who want to get mentorship advice from me, to batch your content, because you will save time, you're more productive, you're more efficient and effective. So the way it works is that, as I mentioned, pre-plan all your content. Content writing, it's like 60% of the work. You might take a few days, you have a Notion template, a Google Doc, or however you actually operate. You list all your content, the hook, the topic, all of that stuff. Content written, planning all done. It might take a couple of days, do the work. And then when you do the shooting, you have a plan. You go one after the other, right? You take all the boxes that all those videos are done. Once that's done, send it to your editing team. Maybe you have to, sync the audio or whatever thing that you need to do before sending, creating a direction for them to edit it. And then once it's done, review them. If it's good, start posting and start tracking. How many views are you getting? How many leads are you opting in? Things like that. What's the engagement? Why people aren't engaging? Why a certain post is getting you more leads? Double down, triple down on those. So I hope you got some value out of this. And if you did enjoy this video, hit the like and follow for more.